What's up, class? You guys are doing good. I want to talk to you about guitar tone. I've been getting a lot of questions about guitar tone and what it is to get a good tone. And that's the magical question, I think, the magic tone, the magic answer, and I think everybody's tones are different for one reason, and I think everybody touches the strings differently. And personally, I think your tone comes from the way you touch, the way you play, and everybody's going to have a different tone. I can hand this guitar to a great guitar player, and his tone's going to sound different than mine because he touches it different than I do. This is a Telecaster, all stock, made in Mexico Telecaster. This is a Fuchs head, and which is a double clone, and a 12 Mesa Boogie cab with an EV in it. And I really like this sound. It's just a guitar and amp. There's no pedal board. That being said, I do have some pedals, and I do have a pedal board, and I do have a lot of different things that can be different tones. But to me, the number one thing is how you touch a guitar. People ask what size gauge strings I use. I use 9s on Telecasters. Strats, probably 9s also. And a lot of people use, they want to use 10s or 11s, and they ask me how come I don't use that, and it's just because I like 9s, and the bigger the string, the more bottom end you get, the more not so clean bottom end. I like 9s. I think Angus Young, AC/DC, I think he even used 8s, maybe on his SG, I was reading somewhere. But you can have all the best pedals in the world, and the most expensive pedal board in the world, and it's still, is it going to give you your tone you're looking for? I don't think so. I think tone comes from having a really, really good guitar that stays in tune and plays good, and a really nice amp. It don't have to be one this expensive, but it can be, $500 amp, $300 amp, whatever. I mean, I've played through Peavies before. I played through Peavey Bandit 65s and Special 130s, Peavey Special 130s back in the day, and they sounded great. I mean, they're one to pick. But anyway, you can play through anything you want to, as long as it sounds good. I mean, it's a decent amp. It don't have a blown speaker or anything like that. But you don't have to have expensive gear. This guitar is made in Mexico Tele. This is a $600 or $700 guitar. I like that tone. I mean, if my pedal board was sitting here, yeah, there's some stuff I might add to it. I don't have a compressor on my pedal board. Most people do. Especially if you're a country player, chicken picking player. I don't. I used to years ago, but I don't anymore. I think it comes from the way you play, the way your guitar, of course it's obvious your guitar's got to be good. You got to have a guitar that stays in tune. You got to have pickups that sound good. But at the end of the day, it's how you touch that guitar. It really is, in my opinion. And then on top of that, you can add things to it, the stuff that you're wanting. If you're wanting the real distorted sounds, or if you're wanting, the compressed sound, the 90s country sound, or if you're wanting reverb and delay, or have a couple, 2 or 3 overdrive pedals that are, different gain settings that you run them all through at the same time to give you a certain tone. There's always to get cool sounding tones that you're after, but I think the core of your tone will always be how you play, how you touch the guitar. That's the reason why everybody's sound is different. There's nobody that sounds like Stevie Ray Vaughan. There never will be. There's people out there that are close, but there'll never be another Stevie Ray Vaughan. It's the way he touched and played the guitar. There'll never be another guy like that. Or Brent Mason. All these chicken pickers out here, including me, idolize Brent Mason. We all want to sound like that guy. But, there's only one Brent Mason. You can get close to that sound. You can learn all of his licks, and you can get close to it, but you'll never be a Brent Mason. There's only one, because he only touches that guitar a certain way. That's just my opinion. If you got an opinion, question, or anything, leave it in the comments, man. I love it when I get comments. And we've been out on the road a lot, so I ain't been in a lot of videos lately. class I'm teaching at my store. I'm getting ready to have a lesson here in just a few minutes. And if you would like to have lessons with me online, you can go to www.georgeguitars.net, and I'll put that up here on the video. But yeah, I mean, I hope that answers your questions. I use nines. I don't have a particular brand of strings, I like over the others. I mean, I've used every string out there. Yeah, there's strings that are better than others, but at the end of the day, really, it's really simple. It's a good amp, a good guitar, whether it's a Tele, Strat, 335, Les Paul,